Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the virtual classes. In today's session, I'm going to cover the last topic from this first chapter. Okay, so by today, we can complete your first chapter. So, the only left out topic in this chapter is local area banking. In our last session, I explained about commercial banks and regional rural banks, their functions, objectives, everything. So in this session, we will understand what is local area banks and basic things about the local area banks and a few important types of banks which you must know the meanings. So we will understand that. First, what is local area banks? Local area banks means these are the small private banks and almost similar like regional rural banks. But the only difference here is local area banks, it is restricted for a particular local area. That means only for a 3 districts it is restricted. They can operate, they can do their banking business within only 3 districts. But regional rural banks, they can have an entire state wise also they can have a bank. That is the only difference. So local area banks are small private banks conceived as a low cost structure. So here maximum investment it is 5 crore. Now we will look at the objectives, the main purpose why government established these local area banks. It is first objective is to mobilize the rural savings by the local institutions. So just to mobilize all the savings from a rural area and also ensure investing that amount in the same local areas. It is not that mobilizing all the savings and bringing it to urban area. No, that is not the concept. Here the concept is collect money from the local people and invest the same money in the same local area. That is the concept with the local area banks. Next objective is bridge the gap in the credit availability in the rural and semi-urban areas. So there is a gap for the credit availability because there were commercial banks usually they set up in a urban areas. Okay, in a rural side there are no more commercial banks. So that is why they planned for this local area banks. Now then, what are the features, the basic things you must know about local area banks? See, each local area bank is registered as a public limited company under the Companies Act 1956. This bank is registered under Companies Act 1956, but it is regulated by Reserve Bank of India, and that is why it comes under Banking Regulation Act 1949 also. Okay, they're registering under 1956 Companies Act, but it is regulated by RBI. That is why it comes under Banking Regulation Act 1949. So local area banks falls under two acts, two law. Next, the local area banks are the only type of non-scheduled banks of India. Now, I hope by now all of you understood the scheduled bank and non-scheduled bank. So scheduled bank means the name of the bank is listed in the second schedule of the RBI Act 1934. Non-scheduled means the name of that bank is not listed in the second schedule of the RBI Act. Correct. Now, the only non-scheduled banks is this local area banks. Rest all the banks are scheduled banks. But still, even though it is the only non-scheduled bank of India, the local area banks, they have a eligibility to include their names in a second schedule of the RBI Act. They are eligible to become a scheduled bank, but they are actually non-scheduled banks in India. Understood? Next, local area banks have a jurisdiction over a maximum of 3 districts. That means they can do their banking business in a maximum geographical area of 3 districts. Okay, they cannot cross the boundaries. So they can take a permission to conduct their banking activities in any 3 districts. So within that neighboring districts, they must conduct their banking activities. Next, local area banks are subject to prudential norms. This we will understand in the next chapter. When I explain about Reserve Bank of India in the next chapter, I will also tell you the roles and responsibilities and the prudential norms given by RBI. So, local area banks are subject to prudential norms means they have to follow the rules and regulations and the different types of law which is applicable for all the commercial banks. So, that is prudential norms. Next, the minimum startup capital of a local area bank was fixed at rupees 5 crore. So the minimum amount there must be 5 crore to set up this kind of bank. And here, see, the promoters could be individuals or the firms or society. That means anyone can start this business. The family of the individual promoters was not allowed to keep more than 40% of the equity capital of that bank. So even for example, imagine you are starting this bank, okay? Even though you are starting this bank, you can have only 40% of equity, not more than that, okay? In case of the NRI, it is only 20%. Then local area banks can do all normal banking business. This is functions of local area banks. Actually, local area banks can have all type of banking activities which are done by commercial banks, accepting deposits, lending loans, all those things. Normal banking business they can conduct, and also they can lend loans to the agricultural area and allied activities, small scale industries, agro industries, and in semi-urban areas. See, these lending facilities almost similar to the regional rural banks. Then these banks had to give out 40% of the total credit to the priority sector. Whatever the loans they give to the public, out of that 40% must be for a priority sector. That means what is priority sector? They are giving more priority for a particular sector. For that, they must give 40%. For example, see, agriculture and small scale industries, agro industries, they are giving more priority. For that, they must give 40% loans. And in that also, in that 40%, 10% must be for a weaker section of the society. So, you know, you may be knowing this weaker section. For that, 10% is reserved, economically weaker sections. So, current functioning local area banks in India. Currently, we have only 4 banks functioning. Earlier it was 5 and one bank again they closed. So this data is as per 2017 or 18. Okay, so I had taken this from a web browsing. So recent data even I didn't find, and that's why I had taken this. So as for now, only there are 4 banks functioning, local area banks. One is Coastal Local Area Bank Limited. It is located, headquarters is located in Vijayawada in Andhra Pradesh. It operates in 3 districts, that is Krishna, Guntur and West Godavari. Just now I told you these local area banks maximum geographical boundary is 3 districts. They can operate only in 3 districts. They can have branches in 3 districts. So Coastal Local Area Bank Limited, Krishna, Guntur and West Bengal operating in these 3 districts located in Vijayawada in Andhra Pradesh. Second one is Capital Local Area Bank Limited. It is in Punjab. Okay, Jalandhar, Kapurthala and Hoshiarpur. These are the 3 districts it is operating. Third one is Krishna Bhima Samruddhi Local Area Bank Limited. and this is located in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, Mehboob Nagar in Andhra Pradesh and Raichur and Gulbarga in the state of Karnataka. So it covers one district from Karnataka, Gulbarga district, and Raichur, sorry, two districts from Karnataka, Raichur and Gulbarga, and one district from Andhra Pradesh, Mehboob Nagar, but the headquarters is located in Mehboob Nagar. And last one is, the fourth one is Subhadra Local Area Bank Limited, it is in Kolampur. So these are the only four banks, local area banks as of now functioning. And this local area bank concept is very, very important in your main exam and even in the internals. 100% one question will be there related to this banks. So meanings you must know as per your syllabus. You must know the meaning of private bank, public bank, foreign bank, and green banking. You all know the meanings of these three things. That's why I didn't even mention. Private bank means what? It is owned by private person. Public bank owned by government. Foreign bank. This is originated in a foreign country, but they set up their branch in India. That is foreign bank. Very importantly, we need to understand green banking. This is 2 marks question. What is green banking? Green banking means just promoting the environmental friendly practices and reducing the carbon footprints from your banking activities. For that we call green banking. That means promoting environmental friendly, eco-friendly banking activities. For that we call green banking. You may get doubt, sir, how we can do this eco-friendly banking? For example, using more technology, okay, avoiding the paperwork. If you avoid paperwork, okay, you can save a lot of paper. If you are saving a lot of paper, you are saving a lot of trees. If you are saving trees, of course you are saving our environment. So in this way, by using different technologies without affecting our environment, okay, so without creating any waste, plastic, it may be paper, without creating that kind of waste which is harmful to our environment, using technology and conducting banking activities. For that we call green banking. I hope all of you understood. So thank you so much. Have a nice day. If you have any doubts, please write it in a comment box or text me. By this, we completed your first chapter. Okay. Already I posted notes, so please prepare well for your internals. Thank you. Have a nice day.